What does it mean for Williams to start this tournament unseeded?
Well, Liz, I don't think she cares, to be honest. I mean, Serena's that type of player and person and champion that no matter who's in front of her, she's going to want to win, obviously. Having said that, obviously, you know, an early seed is not preferential for anybody to have to play against, especially for them, to be honest. But I think the biggest thing that I'm concerned about is that Serena wants to play a lot of matches. She wants to get a few more matches under her belt and get match fit. For her to win the French Open, she has to play 7 matches to win that. It's going to be difficult for her physically, just because it's been a long time since she's played a lot of matches in a row. She hasn't played since late March in Miami. So there's still a lot of unknowns how physically she is. I have no doubt she's ready to go, but it will be very difficult for her now because she doesn't have that seeded spot. But listen, I don't think it matters to her.
Now, and you know, like you mentioned physically and what she went through very publicly in childbirth and how she almost died through this process. But coming back from something like this, you know, the WTA does have a special rule allowing players who were on maternity leave or have had lengthy injuries to use their previous rankings to enter tournaments, which is why Williams is even in Paris. But should the French Open have at least seeded her, if not at #1, at least seeded?
No, I've talked about this a couple of times now. I don't think so, because then you're setting a precedent, really. So do you give Victoria as a ranker preferential treatment? She's a multiple Grand Slam champion herself. She's come back from maternity leave herself. You know, people are saying, well, Serena's getting punished. Well, she's not really. She went away, she had a baby, she knew what she was doing. There is a lot of people that have injuries that don't expect to have an injury and they're out for a year or two. They don't get any preferential treatment. The thing is, this is just a story because arguably Serena's the greatest player of all time. So why isn't she seeded? I probably would have seeded her. We'll see what Wimbledon does if they seed her, because they've also always sort of meddled with the seeds a little bit, where the French Open has never done that, so they don't want to set a precedent of doing it now. And so I'm not surprised they didn't do it. I would have put her in the back seeds, but having said that, look, it doesn't matter to her.